Hi, this is Alicia from March Wellness and Fitness. I'm just going to do a quick video of some exercises that you can do using a resistance band. These exercises I'm going to show you start with where you can anchor the band against something, maybe a bench with a loop, or one of those metal things that they use maybe for bike racks. Okay, so the first exercise, maybe it's your treadmill you loop it against. I anchored this one low. It doesn't have to be low, but squat and row. So sit down in that squat position, arms are straight but locked in, and stand up and row. So down and squeeze your shoulder blades together, get your glutes, squat and row. So normally I'll do 15 to 20 of these, but I'm just going to do about 5 or so for demonstration purposes. You could do the reverse of this, a fly. I like one leg forward, one leg back. Get a nice pectoral stretch, and then squeeze thumbs towards each other, squeeze together, resist it coming back. And then halfway, you switch legs. Stabilizing with the core, getting a pectoral stretch, whoop, and strengthening. So that's for the chest. So the next one, you could do a core exercise. I'm gonna put both hands like this, and I'm gonna go low, diagonal, low to high, looking, shoulders are locked in the direction of the band. So that was about 3 or 4 one side, and then you turn around and you do the same thing the other direction. Next, maybe you have the band up a little bit higher. So ideally at your chest level, but you could play around with depending on what you have for an anchor point. So pulling it out, so I'm working my core to resist. Arms are straight, shoulders are down and back, and I'm going to do circles, one direction. So normally I do around 10, and then the other direction, same thing. So I'm really working my core. Then you could do little pulses, and then you could do a twist, working the core again. So you do the same thing when you're facing the other direction. So now we could go ahead and we could get your triceps or lats. So you could do just say tricep kickbacks. So working the back of your arms, right? Keeping those elbows anchored by your side. You could make this more exciting. Have one leg kicking out and do the triceps. Maybe you even want to do a combo and do the glute kick, stabilizing with that left leg that's not moving, and the triceps. I'll put the other leg back for this one. Or another alternative, I could even attach it higher, would be pull down swimmer for your lats, scapular depression, secondary muscles. So you have resistance right here, you pull straight back. So working on that scapular depression, working on the lats right here, secondary muscles, the triceps. So those are all exercises you could do with the band attached. Let's see if I can get this one in the camera. Here's an ultimate one. This one's called the sprinter. So I start with my elbow underneath my shoulder, my knee up, nice tall posture. I extend my leg back. As I go forward, I still have tension with this band. And then I pull it back, single arm row, lift that chest, forward, pull it back. I could even look at my back elbow. That's more of a challenge. So I'm stabilizing with my left glute medius. Maybe you modify it and you just tap it, finish nice and tall, rather than the hinge. Or I could have attached this low. This is a little bit more of a challenge. Whoop. Let's try that again. All right, nice and tall, back, finish high, or turn and twist. So working that left glute medius. Without an attachment, you can use the band for many exercises. You could step on it, 1 or 2 legs. 2 legs is going to make it harder. Hammer curls, thumbs turned up. Adjusting, that was too much resistance. Elbows anchored in, chest lifted, shoulders down and back. And now I'm working the front of my arms, doing bicep curls. Then I could go to a lateral raise or a V raise. I just made the grip, made it a little easier by not choking up on the band quite so much. Next exercise, I can have my legs a little bit wider. I'll give you a side view. The band behind my back. So I squat down and I come up and extend those arms. Squat, press, and extend. All right. Next, you could do a great one for the back of your upper back muscles, your shoulders, the back of your posterior deltoids. Sometimes this is called band pull-aparts. So again, up to 15 to 20 reps of each, or maybe you decide 10 reps. Now that's a nice stretch afterwards. You could use the band. Sometimes I do this at the beginning of the workout to open up the chest. Sometimes you just find a spot, pain-free range of motion, where you feel a nice stretch. But you don't want to push the head forward as you do this. So make sure the head is pulled back, core is engaged, right? And a nice pectoral stretch. If I hold tighter, there's more resistance. If I want to make it easier, and then the band gives, I hold wider. That's what's nice about these resistant bands. I also like to choke up on it or even double it. Feet are wide. I'll back up a little bit here. And it's side flexion. You follow by the arms. Up and over, side to side. Versus sometimes people want to move the arms. It's the torso, reaches up and over. Nice side stretch, getting those obliques side to side. Sometimes I warm up with warming up the rotator cuff. I'll have the elbows anchored in, shoulders down and back, choking up on this. So I'm keeping my elbows in by my side. So imagine I have 2 towels next to my elbows. I don't want them to fall on the floor. So I'm warming up the rotator cuff. Maybe I want to add an extra balance challenge, maybe a tree pose. So it could be 10 reps on one leg, 10 reps on the other leg, adding the balance challenge to it as well. So that's about all I can think of right now. So that's a nice little intro to some exercises that you can do with just a resistance band. It's great to travel, so there's no excuses. You can take it to the outside, like we have the South Waterfront here, and as I said, those benches and those metal poles, you can use those to attach it for a lot of the exercises that I did at the beginning. Okay, have a great day.